Good day, everyone. Before we start our discussion, I would like to introduce my group mates, De La Serna, Igos, Iting, Gonzaga, and yours truly, Fernandez. And our topic is about the classification of provinces, cities, and municipalities in the Philippines. The learning objectives are explain the implication income classification, define the income classification, and explain why salaries differ in LGUs. The Philippines is divided into three main island groups, namely Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. These island groups are subdivided into 17 regions, each composed of provinces, cities, and municipalities. Provinces are the largest administrative units and are further divided into cities and municipalities. Cities are independent from the province in which they are located, while municipalities are units within a province. The Philippines has 81 provinces, 33 highly urbanized cities, 5 independent component cities, 1 independent municipality, and 1,489 components municipalities. Provinces, cities, and municipalities are further classified into different categories based on their income classification and geographical classification. The income classification determine the minimum annual income required for a local government unit to fall under a certain category, while the geographical classification depends on the location and terrain of the province, city, or municipality. But we are only focusing on the income classification. The different income classes are as follows. In this picture, here are the income classes here in the Philippines from first to sixth class with their minimum income. First class, and this is the second class. For the third class, also for the fourth class, the fifth class, and lastly, the sixth class. Okay, let's proceed. What is income? Income refers to the money that a person or entity receives in exchange for their labor or products. Income may have different definitions depending on the context. For example, taxation, financial accounting, or economic analysis. Economists have different definitions and ways of measuring income, whether their studies involve earnings, savings, consumption, production, public finance, capital investments, or other related topics or subtopics. Their concept of income will correspond to the purpose of their research. While the measure of income on a macro level is critical to societal and policy studies, individuals are more focused on their personal and business income. There are different terms for income depending on the quantity being measured. Gross income means the total value of one's salary or payments without accounting for any cash outflows. Net income refers to the income left over after subtracting taxes or fees. For individual earners, discretionary income is the amount they have available after paying on necessary expenses. And that's all for what is income.
Ordinary income. In the United States, the tax law distinguishes ordinary income from capital investment. Ordinary income encompasses earnings, interest, regular dividends, rental income, distribution from pensions or retirement accounts, and social security benefits. Ordinary income is taxed at rates ranging from 10% to 37% in 2023. Taxpayer whose net investment income exceeds specified thresholds paid an additional 3.88% net investment income tax. So it is clear that ordinary income is taxed at rates ranging from 10% to 37% with an additional 3.8% net investment income tax. Ordinary income refers to income that is earned through regular employment, business activities, or other sources that are not capital gains or investment related. This type of income can include salaries, wages, commissions, and profits from self-employment. As well as the interest and rental income, ordinary income is typically subject to income tax, and the tax rate can vary depending on the amount of income earned and the applicable tax laws. Capital gains are the gains from selling assets that have appreciated in value. In the United States, the capital gain tax rates on assets held for more than 1 year are 0%, 15%, and 20%. Capital assets include personal residences and investments such as real estate, stock bonds, and other financial instruments. So they said no that capital gains are gains from selling assets that have appreciated in value with tax rate 0%, 50%, and 20%. So it means that capital gains refer to the profits earned from the sale of capital assets such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and artwork. So the capital gain is calculated by subtracting the purchase price of the asset from its selling price. So for example, if an investor purchased a stock for 100 pesos and sold it for 150, the capital gain will be 50 pesos. So capital gains are subject to taxation in most countries. So in the United States, capital gain tax rates vary depending on the investor's income and the length of time the asset was held before being sold. Qualified dividends. Qualified dividend, that is dividends distributed with respect to the U.S. and certain foreign corporate stock holdings that meets statutory holding period requirements, also are taxed at capital gains rates. So dividends distributed to stock holdings are taxed at capital gains rates. So qualified dividends are a type of dividend income that has met certain requirements set by the Internal Revenue Service in the United States. So these requirements include holding the stock for a specific period of time, meeting specific criteria regarding the type of stock, and other stipulations. Qualified dividends are taxed at a lower rate than ordinary dividends, making them an attractive option for investors seeking to minimize their tax liability. The tax rate for qualified dividends varies depending on an individual's income tax bracket. Tax exempt income. So it's interest paid on a certain bonds issued by governmental entities is treated as tax-exempt income. Interest paid on federal bonds and treasury securities is exempt from state and local taxation. Interest on bonds issued by state and local government generally is not subject to federal taxation. Municipal private activity bonds are not subject to the regular federal income tax, but they are subject to the federal alternative minimum tax. Some states and local governments also exempt interest on state and local bonds from taxation. So no, the tax-exempt income is interest paid on bonds issued by governmental entities is tax-exempt income except for federal bonds and treasury securities, state and local governments, and municipal private activity bonds. So tax-exempt income DI refers to income that is not subject to federal or state income tax. So for examples of tax-exempt income include income from municipal bonds, certain qualified dividends, and income earned by qualifying organizations like religious organizations or non-profits. So the specific rules for tax-exempt income can vary depending on the type of income and the jurisdiction in which it is earned. It is important to consult with a tax professional to determine whether specific income is tax-exempt.
Good day, so we'll be discussing about the salary grade of the local government unit. So the salary grade of a particular position is determined based on various factors such as the nature of work, the level of responsibility, required qualification, and job complexity. So typically, the position requiring higher education, specialized skills, or any rule has assigned higher salary grade. So in the Philippines, salary grade are used as standardized system to determine the comprehension or salary range for position in the government sector. So this system is implemented by the Philippine government through the Civil Service Commission to ensure that equitable and consistent and across various government agencies. So makita nato there sa table in January 1, 2022, the salary grade system consists of 33 salary grades, so labeled from SG1 to SG33, with SG1 is being the lowest and SG33 is being the highest. So it performs the head of the local government unit in their respective salary grade. So the provincial governor, may salary grade 30, and the provincial vice governor, salary grade 28. The sangguniang panlalawigan member, salary grade 27, city mayor, salary grade 30, and same sa municipal mayor, na may salary grade 30. City vice governors, SG 26 to 27, municipal vice mayor, SG 25 to 26. Sangguniang panglungsod member, SG 25 to 27, and sangguniang bayan member 24 to 25. The provincial government head, SG 26, the provincial government assistant department head, SG 24. The city government department head, SG 25 to 27. The city government office head is SG 26. The city government assistant department head, SG 23 to 25. The municipal government department head, SG 24 to 25. The municipal assistant department head, SG 22 to 23. So, job responsibility salary in LGU often vary based on the nature of the job. So it's associated responsibilities, position that require specialized skills, knowledge, or expertise may command higher salary compared to the roles with less demanding requirements. For example, the executive level position or the technical roles may receive the higher compensation than administrative or entry level. To note that the salary grade system is specific to the government sector in the Philippines. So the private companies, the organization in the country may have their own compensation system and structure which can vary widely based on the industry, company size, and the other factors. So that's all. Thank you.
So, good morning everyone. So let's proceed. There are also different salary grades for personal assistant position such as private secretaries and drivers, provincial governors, city and municipal mayor personal secretary salary grade 15, provincial vice governor, city and municipal vice mayor personal secretary salary grade 11, provincial governor, city and municipal mayor personal driver salary grade 4, provincial vice governor, city and municipal vice mayor personal salary grade 3. These are the salary grades for most positions at the top of the local government unit. As we go down the ladder, the respective salary grade decreases together with the amount of responsibility they bear. So, mao ni ang position, mga salary grade sa mga nasa taas nga position. So, if pababa po ng imuhang position kay magkababa sa dang imuhang sweldo. So, ingana siya, no? So, this base rate could go up to a maximum equivalent to the first step of the following. Salary grade undertaken by municipality or a city where the barangay belongs. Barangay captain, salary grade 14. Sangguniang barangay members, secretary, treasurer, sangguniang salary grade 10. SK chairman, salary grade 10. The punong barangay representative and the sangguniang kabataan chairman, the representatives are also entitled to receive reimbursement for reasonable travel and incidental expenses. In the addition, the SK chairman will receive 600 pesos and the punong barangay 1,000 monthly, depending on the barangay government's judgment and in the consideration of its service requirement and the 55% limitation on the personal services appropriation. Other position may be created and paid at rates not exceeding salary grade 1. So, depende sa barangay government judgment and ang i-consider sa service requirement. Ang ubang posisyon kay bayaran sa rate nga dili pod mo baba sa salary grade 1. So, utility worker administrative AD. First is salary grade 1, clerk administrative AD. Third as salary grade 3, accounting clerk administrative AD. Fourth, salary grade number 4, and that's po.
What affects the salary grade of each LGU in the Philippines in 2022? Each LGU has a special designation based on its income classification. LGUs in the first and special classification receive 100% salary rates compared to those in the second classification and below. LGUs workers receive a percentage of their salary grade depending on their income classification. So here is the list of salary grade for provinces and cities. Income classification and their percentage of salary. Special cities is 100%, first class is 100%, second class is 95%, third class is 90%, fourth class is 85%, fifth class 80%, and sixth class is 75%. And the salary grade for municipalities is the first class is 95%, second class is 85%, third class is 80%, fourth class is 75%, fifth class is 70%, and sixth class is 65%. So if you wish to work for the government, one crucial requirement is to pass the civil service exam. The CSA will evaluate whether you are fit to work in the government. So here the example of table of provincial rates in Davao, the sector industry and their minimum wage. So as you can see inside the box. So Davao Region or Region 11 covers the city of Davao, Digos Island, Garden of Samal, Tagum, Panabu, Mati, and the provinces of Davao del Sur, Davao del Norte, Davao Oriental, and Compostela Valley.